The second rule set for Pokemon Champions is finally here, Regulation MB, and with it comes abilities for more new Mega Pokemon from Legends ZA. You know what that means? A new tier list. So yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. Hope you enjoy. Hey, it's me from the future. After I finished editing this, I realized that the top half was cut off, so yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm just gonna put the full thing at the end, so you'll be able to see. I mean, there's only 3 other Pokemon I put in the top tier. And also, remember this is just for VGC, not how they look. It's actually not for singles, just for competitive doubles. Anyways, yeah, onto the tier list. Okay, so here's the tier list for the MB Mega Pokemon in Pokemon Champions. A lot of these are from Legends ZA, although I'm still gonna do the ones from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire just because there aren't too many Megas on this list, and why not put them in here anyways. So now we know all the abilities for these Mega Pokemon from Legends ZA, and honestly, I think they did a pretty good job with them. I'd say 80 to 90% accuracy with good ones. But let's get the boring ones out of the way. Obviously, we already know these guys' abilities, but Sceptile I'm gonna put in C tier. I mean, it's not the worst. It gained Earth Power as a buff, so it can now hit Steel types super effectively. But I still don't think it's gonna be that good. Grass Dragon is not that good with typing right now. You're weak to Poison and Fairy, which are pretty common, as well as other dragons. One thing you do have is that you're very fast. I think it's around 140, 145, I want to say. So you're around Dragapult's range, but I don't think it's going to be used that much. Mega Blaziken, I think, is B tier. It's pretty decent. It keeps speed boost, so you can keep stacking on boosts, and it's also pretty fast. I mean, after a speed boost, you should be outspeeding everything. And after 2 speed boosts, you'll be outspeeding everything in Tailwind, because you're already decently fast. And you also have a really high attack stat as well. I think it's around 140. Firefighting is a pretty mediocre type. They cover each other's weaknesses pretty well, and you're also able to hit dark types, other grass types. I mean, the one problem is that both have a lot of competition. You have Sneasler for fighting types, and then there's a variety of fire types. Not many are physical attackers, but I mean, you still have Arcanine to worry about. But I mean, it's still gonna be decent. You can set up with Swords Dance, or I'm pretty sure it gets coaching as well. You can set other Pokemon up, and you have Speed Boost, which means you're outspeeding everything while you do that. Mega Swampert is an A tier. When I did my very old tier list, I think it was my first one I did. Not very old, but the first one I did, I put Mega Swampert in B tier, I'd say. But I said if it got Wave Crash, it'd be in S tier. And it got Wave Crash. So yeah, this thing is broken now. You have Swift Swim, Rage, Wave Crash, which is kind of what Basculegion does, but now you only have one weakness. You're insanely bulky, and your attack stat is way higher than Basculegion's. So yeah, a Mega Swampert with Wave Crash is going to be broken for sure. Also with Ground Stab, Earthquake, you can use that next to Pelipper. It's also going to be really useful. Mega Mawile, I'm not so sure where to put Mega Mawile. I want to say A tier, But, I mean, it's slow, it's... Huge power does make it kind of viable. It does have the best typing in the game. And Steel is kind of... I feel like it'd be a decent type, but Mega Charizard is still around, and it's still gonna kind of feed on you. And as well as Mega Swampert. But it's a very good check to fairy types like Mega Floette. And the only problem is that it's weak to common types like fire and ground. So maybe I'd put it in like top of B tier. But it's still a really good Pokemon. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it were to win a tournament. Mega Metagross also got buffed since the last time it was legal, so it's going in A tier. It got Heavy Slam and Psychic Fangs. That's it's just gonna be hitting so hard with Tough Claws, boosting both of those. You don't have to use inaccurate Zen Headbutt or inaccurate Meteor Mash. Also, Heavy Slam is probably gonna be doing way more than Meteor Mash anyways. You're actually 110 speed, which means you're very fast. Steel is really good. I mean, you kind of just destroy Floette teams. The only problem is that Incineroar kind of counters you, but there are ways to get around that. For example, using my Milotic would be a really good check to Incineroar. So yeah, Mega Metagross is definitely going to be one of the top tiers. And honestly would think it might be above Swampert, because Swampert you kind of have to use it on like a rain team to make use of it. With Metagross you can just kind of put it everywhere or anywhere. Staraptor is going in A tier. While I was playing on the ladder today, when I got back from school, everybody was using Mega Staraptor. It got Contrary, which means you can't intimidate it, and it also has Close Combat, which means you can stack up defense boosts. It's like a Cosmic Power, but as a bonus you do 120 damage with Stab. This is also coming off of a 140 attack stat. I mean, this thing is a monster. And it's also fast. It's as fast as Metagross with 110 speed. But the worst thing about it is that it has Roost, which it didn't have like in Scarlet and Violet. But you can stack up defense boosts with Close Combat, and then you can Roost up whenever you get low. I remember playing like a really annoying one with Sinistra and Incineroar for support. You also have Intimidate, so yeah, bonus there. You can switch in, get an Intimidate, already make your opponent's Pokemon weaker, and then just use a Close Combat and kind of stall forever. You really have to have a check for this. I feel like you should have like at least one strong special attacker that can hit it super effectively. Whether that's Mega Floette, Raichu, or Frostlass, something like that. But yeah, Mega Staraptor is a monster. Mega Scolipede is going to be our first D tier. It's bad. I had high hopes for this guy. In ZA, it had so much going for it. It had U-turn, First Impression, Mortal Spin, and now it lost all that. It doesn't have any of that. It did get Gunk Shot and Leech Life, which are two new stab moves. You don't have to run Poison Jab and Mega Horn. Mega Horn's kind of a problem because you can miss. But I think, I watched Pokegame's video covering the Megas, and he was talking about Coil and how Coil would definitely help Mega Scolipede, and I completely agree. You'd be able to use Mega Horn and Gunk Shot to its fullest potential while also buffing your attack and defense, because you also get an accuracy boost, so that's why you're able to use those inaccurate moves. Oh yeah, I didn't say the ability. It's Shell Armor, which means you can't get critical hit. So, yeah, not that good. But I think, like, if Scolipede had one more thing that it didn't have, it'd be viable. Like, if it had First Impression, or U-Turn, or Mortal Spin, if it just had one of any of those, it'd probably get buffed up into C tier. Or if it had Coil, like, easily, that's like B tier maybe. Or if it had Body Press, it has Iron Defense and Shell Armor, but it doesn't have Body Press. You can't really use that. So yeah, I think if it just got like one buff, it'd be viable, but it's just missing too much, and you can't really do anything with it. It's slow. It's a slow, strong attacker, but Poison and Bug is not the kind of typing you want to be offensive. Mega Scrafty, I'd say is C tier. Mega Scrafty got Intimidate, which means if you have Intimidate on your regular Scrafty and you Mega Evolve, it's actually Intimidate ×2, which means if your opponent doesn't switch out their Pokemon when you Mega Evolve, their attack is halved, and that's basically like the same as a burn. I still think you'd rather have Mega Villain on your team, because Mega Scrafty also kind of just can't do anything against Fairy types, which are really popular right now. But I mean, I think the double Intimidate is going to be really good. You definitely don't want to run this like as a solo Mega. It's definitely more of a support Pokemon for a second, or like a 2 Mega team. It did lose Parting Shot, which it had in ZA, which is pretty unfortunate. I think it would have been better if it had Parting Shot. But I mean, yeah, we're not getting Drippy Incineroar, I guess. But it still has Fake Out and Intimidate ×2, but only once. You can only do it once. So you switch in, get your Intimidate off. I mean, you might want to delay Mega Evolving just so you can like save it for an important threat you want to neutralize. But I think it might get some usage. Maybe more than Sceptile, but Scovillain just seems more useful, as you can Rage Powder with it instead of just being there. Although this passively neutralizes things, while Scovillain, you have to attack into it. But yeah, you're also bulky, you're really bulky, and your attack is 130, which isn't bad at all, but it's not like you're going to be like hitting a lot. I mean, with the double Intimidate, I think you can get off setup moves a lot easier. So like Bulk Up or Dragon Dance, you can use that, and that could be a viable strategy. But for now, I'm just putting Scrafty in C tier. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't really know where to put this one. I'd say D tier. So Mega Electrox got a new ability called Elevate. Pun intended, I'm pretty sure. It's spelled elevate, like elevate, but it's Elevate. So yeah, clever thinking by Game Freak right there. Basically what Elevate is it's Levitate and Beast Boost. Since Electros is a mixed attacker, Beast, like, having it raise your, like, highest stat off a knockout is good. So, you can't be hit by ground type moves. You avoid any hazards on the ground or anything. And then also when you get a knockout, you get an attack boost. Or a special attack boost, depending on how you're running it. But that's the problem. Every mixed attacker, they're not really good because a lot of stat points are put into one stat you're not going to use. Maybe you can run this as a mixed attacker if you want to run like Wild Charge and Thunderbolt or something. I'm not sure, but I don't think it's going to be really good. There are more options, and like even like, yeah, you'd probably rather use the Raichus, to be honest. But yeah, I still think elevate, oh my goodness, levitate, elevate, this is difficult. It's also pretty slow and not too bulky, so I just call it mediocre, to be honest. Mediocre meaning it's worse than Mega Sceptile, so yeah. However, I will put Mega Pyroar above Mega Electros. Some people might not agree with this, but I think so. Mega Pyroar also got a new ability called Fire Main Fire. Something about its main and fire. But what it does, it's basically just adaptability, but just for fire type moves. I think it's choice specs for fire type moves. So 1.5 boost to all fire type moves. It might only be special fire type moves. I don't really remember. I think it might be. Now, Mega Pyroar, it's not that good, right? But I can see it being used because it's fast, 124 speed, and I remember seeing that. And it's strong. I think the only problem is that there's Mega Delphox. But I feel like Mega Pyroar is kind of like if you wanted Mega Charizard Y and Mega Delphox, and you got rid of the strengths, but you also got rid of the weaknesses, and you get Mega Pyroar. You're not weak to Sucker Punch anymore, but you still hit really hard with Heat Waves, which do crazy damage. I'm pretty sure you can just one-shot a Kingambit with a Heat Wave, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised. You're faster than Sneasler, which means if you want to one-shot it with something like an Overheat. Maybe I underestimate this thing. Maybe Flamethrower is going to be OHKOing a Sneasler. I'm not sure. You do lose to Basculegion completely, unless it's like a Choice Scarf locked into Last Respects, but you can't hit it back. You do get Solar Beam, but then again, you have to run in Sun. But I think Mega Pyroar is going to be used more than Electros in terms of viability. I know more people like Electros than Pyroar, but I think in terms of competitive viability, Mega Pyroar is going to be better. Next is Mega Malamar. I'm very disappointed. I thought it was going to get a new ability, but it just kept contrary. Do I even need to say anything about this? Like, Norma Malamar isn't good at all. Mega Malamar just got, like, a little bit better. Its stats are really bad. You have Megastar Raptor. Why would you ever use Mega Malamar? Why couldn't it get one of those cool fan abilities where you, like, set up Trick Room on Switchin', or set up Gravity on Switchin', or Spicy Spray, but it's Sleep instead. Okay, that might be too strong. But contrary, you're just doing superpower stuff again. That's it. Nothing cool at all. Anyways, that's Mega Malamar. Yeah, you're not strong. You're kind of bulky on the special side, not the physical side. You're not fast, you're not slow. There it is. Mega Barbaracle I'm putting in B tier. It got Tough Claws, so pretty good. But it also has Shell Smash. So it's kind of like Mega Blastoise, except, I mean, you have Rock Slide, which is a little more inconsistent than something like Water Spout. But if you set up a Shell Smash, you're kind of just one-shotting anything that doesn't resist close combat with close combat, which is going to be pretty good. I'm sure there's other, like, you probably don't even need to run a stab move if you have +2 attack with Tough Claws if you have a contact move. Like, a Liquidation would be probably one-shotting most things too. But yeah, you're 88 speed, which means you kind of do need that Shell Smash speed boost. You do sacrifice your bulk, which is pretty decent. It's above 100 in both defenses. And then your attack is 140. And if that's doubled, you're just going to be hitting insanely hard. So yeah, I think Mega Barbarical could be used. I think it's pretty interesting. Definitely going to be one of those, like, set up and then just OHKO everything mons. And you can, yeah, you're also the strongest Rock Slider in the game, behind Mega Tyranitar, but after Shell Smash, that's not the case anymore. I'm also going to put Mega Dragalge in B tier. It has a really good typing. It also has Regenerator, which definitely more important in singles than doubles, but it can still be used in doubles. I mean, Wolfglick just used Regenerator Toxapex and got pretty far in NIC. And I really don't want to be facing any Toxic Stall Dragalges. I think you'd rather just run an offensive set. It doesn't have like any setup moves. Like, I was trying to use Mega Dragalge and I'm like, where are the setup moves? I thought this thing got Nasty Plot. But it doesn't have Nasty Plot. If you're wondering, it does not have that. But it has a really good typing. The only problem is you can't hit Steel types. But you're also really bulky. You're a Dragon type that can handle Fairy types, because your special defense is above 150. You can also hit them really hard back with Sludge Bombs. Your special attack is around 130. So you're obviously going to be hitting pretty hard on the special side. And then Dragon is just a really good type. You're going to be hitting a lot of things from neutral with something like a Draco Meteor or Dragon Pulse, depending on what you want to run. Or you can be mean and just Toxic Stall with Regenerator. I wouldn't recommend that. You don't have a lot of good status moves besides poisoning your opponent. But yeah, you're slow, but you're very bulky, and you hit very hard. You could also run this thing on Trick Room. Mega Phalanx. I'm gonna put it in D tier. It kept Defiant. I honestly thought this thing was gonna get its own little ability, but it kept Defiant, which is fine. Defiant's a good ability. But there's also Annihilate now, and there's also Staraptor, and White Herb Sneasler. The only thing that sets Mega Phalanx apart from them is No Retreat, but that's basically Staraptor anyways. I still think it's decent. You can lead Phalanx into an Intimidate user. You can't with Staraptor because you only get Contrary when you Mega Evolve, while base Phalanx keeps Defiant. But I mean, it's still a perfectly fine mon. It's just too much competition, and you kind of need a no retreat setup to make work. But at that point, you're trapped, and a Mega Floette comes in. You might be able to hit it with an Iron Head, but I think there are just so much better options. Like I mentioned before, Sneasler. You can just put a White Herb on it. It's basically the same thing. No, it's not, but the only thing I could see Mega Phalanx working for is like a late game sweeper. After Mega Evolving, it's pretty bulky. Like, it has 100 in both defenses, I'm pretty sure, and then its attack is 130. So it is decent. I could see it as like a final hurdle boss battle Pokemon. Mega Raichu Y, I'm gonna put B tier, yeah. I got up at 4 in the morning this morning, and I just put Mega Raichu on a team. I got to Ultra Ball tier with it, and the one thing I noticed is how frail this guy is. Like, honestly, you get one Zap Cannon off, one Fake Out, one Zap Cannon, and then you get hit by a physical move, boom, you're gone. You don't get any extra bulk in your physical defense, and you definitely want to run this thing as a Glass Cannon. So if you were going to use it, you'd probably want to have it right next to a redirector like Mousehold or Sinistra. But being able to guarantee para with a really strong move, and also having Focus Blast as coverage is still really good. Fake Out is a good support move, although I don't know what else you want to run, maybe Volt Switch. But yeah, you're very frail, like very, very frail. You have 55 defense and your HP is like 60, so on the special side it's a bit better, but you're still going to be getting 2-shot most of the time with Mega Raichu. I'm pretty sure like any attack can 2-shot you if it's neutral. And then I did not use Mega Raichu X. I don't know how this is going to be. I think I faced one and then I just like got it with my Garchomp. It's the only automatic terrain setter in the game, which is good because you don't have to worry about getting your terrain overwritten, and you can kind of dish out good damage, but you're still kind of frail. You're more bulkier than Raichu Y, but you're still kind of frail. You're going to be able to hit with like Wild Charge. I know people were talking about Rising Voltage, which doubles in power, but you have to use your worst attacking stat, which has been done by other electric terrain setting Pokemon. But I mean, I think that Mega Raichu Y is better than Mega Raichu X, because you're faster and you hit harder. Maybe, I'm not sure what would be stronger, Zap Cannon or Rising Voltage from Mega Raichu Y or X. But I mean, yeah. The bonus is you don't have to deal with terrain. You're immune to sleep, and then you hit hard. You're kind of fast. You're 110, which you match Staraptor, right? And you can probably knock it out in one hit. But so Mega Raichu Y can do that too. So as time goes on, we'll have to see which one is used more. Honestly, just think that Mega Raichu Y is better than X, but who knows? Anyways, yeah, that concludes the tier list. I'll make the final one when the rest of the still not in the game Megas come out. Maybe not Salamence, but definitely when the other ones come out. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. I know you're not gonna agree with everything, and obviously this is a day 0 tier list. It's not gonna be right, but it's just my prediction. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.